Across the galaxy, her name was whispered like a curse. Entire fleets avoided her path. Empires built defenses against her. But no one expected the most feared warrior in the universe to trust a single human. The cargo ship Atlas 7 drifted quietly through a forgotten asteroid belt near the edge of civilized space. It was a small mining vessel owned by a struggling human company. Rust scratched its hull, engines hummed unevenly, and half the crew had already quit months ago. Only one stubborn human remained aboard, Ethan Cole. Ethan wasn't a soldier, a hero, or even a trained explorer. He was just a miner trying to survive long enough to send money back to his family on Earth. Every day, he drilled into asteroids, collected minerals, and hoped pirates wouldn't find him. But on this day, the scanners screamed. A massive object appeared on the radar, damaged, drifting, and completely unknown. Ethan leaned closer to the console. That's not an asteroid. The object slowly rotated in space. Pieces of armor plating floated around it like shattered glass. The shape was sleek and alien, clearly a warship and a powerful one, but completely silent. Most pilots would have turned around immediately. Unknown alien warships usually meant danger, death, or both. But Ethan noticed something strange. Life signals. Just one. He hesitated. All right, maybe someone needs help. Guiding his small ship carefully toward the wreckage, Ethan docked with the broken vessel. The metal door groaned as he forced it open. Inside, the corridors were dark and burned. Battle damage covered everything. Blaster marks, broken drones, destroyed defense turrets. Something terrible had happened here. Ethan moved deeper into the ship, flashlight shaking slightly in his hand. Then he saw her. She lay against the wall in the command chamber. Tall, powerful, alien. Her silver hair floated weightlessly in the low gravity, and two glowing tails curled beside her body like living flames. Even unconscious, she looked terrifying. Ethan didn't know it yet, but the entire galaxy feared this woman, and he had just stepped into her world. The moment she opened her eyes, Ethan realized something terrifying. He had just rescued the most dangerous being in the galaxy. Ethan approached slowly. The alien woman's armor was cracked, revealing glowing markings across her skin. They pulsed faintly like energy flowing beneath the surface. Her breathing was weak. He knelt beside her and checked his scanner. Vital signs barely stable. He pulled out a medical injector. All right, mystery alien lady. Let's see if humans can fix this. The injector hissed softly. Seconds passed. Then her eyes snapped open. Golden. Bright. Dangerous. Before Ethan could react, he was suddenly lifted off the ground. Invisible force crushed the air around him. Tools and debris floated violently through the room. Her voice echoed directly inside his mind. Human, why are you here? Ethan swallowed. A rescue mission? Her glowing eyes narrowed. I could destroy you with a thought. Ethan raised his hands. Probably, but I also just saved your life. For a moment, silence filled the room. Then the pressure vanished, and Ethan dropped to the floor. The alien studied him carefully. Strange. Humans are known to fear my kind. Ethan rubbed his shoulder. Well, I didn't know who you were. She slowly stood. Despite her injuries, power radiated from her like a star. I am Lyra, the last fox Empress of the Orurelian clans. Ethan blinked. Okay, that sounds important. Lyra looked at him seriously. Entire empires hunt me. My species nearly destroyed the galaxy once. They fear I will do it again. Ethan leaned against the wall. Right, so basically I just rescued the most wanted alien in existence. Lyra tilted her head slightly. And yet you show no fear. Ethan shrugged. Honestly, I'm more worried about my broken mining equipment. For the first time, Lyra smiled slightly. Somewhere deep inside her ancient instincts, something changed. Moments later, the reason her ship was destroyed finally arrived, and they were coming to finish the job. The alarm screamed. Lyra turned toward the window instantly. Too late. Ethan followed her gaze. 3 massive warships dropped out of hyperspace, each larger than an entire city. Their hulls carried the symbol of the Galactic Dominion fleet. Ethan whistled quietly. Let me guess. They're not here to say hello. Lyra's tails flicked angrily. They have hunted me for 20 years. The Dominion ships powered their weapons. Red targeting lasers filled space around the broken warship. A transmission appeared. Lyra of the Orurelian clans, surrender immediately. Ethan looked at her. You got a plan? Lyra shook her head slowly. My power is not fully recovered. Outside, cannons began charging. Ethan suddenly rushed to the pilot controls. Well, good news. Lyra raised an eyebrow. Human. Ethan grinned. My ship may be a junkyard, but it still flies. He grabbed her arm. Time to run. They launched from the shattered warship just as the Dominion fleet opened fire. Explosions lit up space. Ethan's tiny mining ship dodged between asteroids as lasers burned past them. Lyra watched in disbelief. You are facing a war fleet with a mining vessel? Ethan laughed nervously. Yeah, not my best life decision. One cruiser moved to intercept. Then something surprising happened. Lyra placed her hand on the console. Her glowing markings brightened. Energy surged through the ship. Engines roared to life with impossible power. Ethan stared. What did you just do? Lyra answered quietly. I trusted you. The mining ship shot forward like a comet. Dominion ships scrambled to follow. But for the first time in 20 years, Lyra wasn't running alone. The Dominion fleet believed they had cornered a monster, but they forgot one thing about humans. We protect the people who trust us. The mining ship burst out of the asteroid field. But the Dominion fleet was still closing in. Ethan checked the scanner. Okay, bad news. Lyra crossed her arms. I assume there is also worse news. Ethan nodded. They're faster than us. Silence filled the cockpit. Then Lyra stepped forward. Her eyes glowed brighter than ever before. I can stop them. Ethan frowned. You said you weren't strong enough. Lyra looked at him. I wasn't. Energy gathered around her like a storm. But something changed. Ethan realized what she meant. Trust. For the first time in years, she wasn't alone. Lyra stepped outside the ship into open space. Ethan nearly panicked. Lyra, what are you doing? She floated calmly in the vacuum. Behind her, the Dominion fleet approached. Hundreds of weapons locked onto her. Then she raised her hand. The stars themselves seemed to bend. Energy exploded across space like a newborn sun. Dominion ships froze in place. Engines shut down. Weapons died. Entire fleets powerless. Back in the cockpit, Ethan stared in disbelief. Okay, that's officially the coolest thing I've ever seen. Lyra returned to the ship slowly. Her energy faded. The Dominion fleet drifted helplessly behind them. Ethan smiled. So what now? Lyra looked toward the distant stars for the first time in centuries. Her voice softened. I want to explore the galaxy. Ethan laughed. Well, lucky for you. He patted the dashboard of his rusty ship. I know a great mining route. And somewhere across the endless stars, the most feared woman in the universe finally had something she never expected. A human friend. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.